I know what you're thinking. It's a little bit early to be saying this about rookies, right? I don't care. I don't care, okay? Because look at it from my perspective. I had to figure out a way to get Scotty Barnes, Josh Giddy, the king himself, and someone like, say, Trey Murphy into the same video. And how am I going to do that? Well, they're all rookies. That's what they've got in common, and they're all surprising people. So far, it's only been preseason, and for some of these guys, Scotty Barnes and Trey Murphy, it has been Summer League as well, but I just wanted to talk about those three guys in particular because for some reasons, I've got vested interests in those guys, and they've been doing very well. So let's talk about that, okay? Before I do that, actually, you may as well drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, that would be much appreciated. Well, I've got vested interests in these guys, I may as well just get this out of the way. Josh Giddy, Australian King, of course, so that's straight away. Scotty Barnes, I was interested in because the Raptors, I've talked about it before, but if there's a team that knows how to develop talent, it is the Toronto Raptors. So you give them the number 4 overall pick, and then they pick someone who was surprising to a lot of draft experts. That makes me even more interested because it's Toronto. So there's normally something that's going to go well for them. So that's why I was interested. And then Trey Murphy, get Zion some shooting, and let's see what happens. And Trey, man. Trey with a 3 in his name now. I don't care how corny that sounds. Actually, here's Trey Murphy III. So it's just written in the stars that this man is going to be a sniper because I've watched a few of his Summer League games now and a preseason game, and I refuse to believe he's actually missed a shot. You can go back to what he was doing in college, which I didn't watch him, but I don't think he's missed a 3-point shot in a long time because that man is a sniper in every sense of the word. Maybe he hasn't been as surprising as, say, Giddy, who again has only played one game. It's early. I don't care. I do not care. Maybe he hasn't been as surprising as Giddy and Scotty Barnes because he was supposed to be a ready-made prospect. That doesn't mean he hasn't been really damn good, and we can still talk about him, but let's start with Josh Giddy. Let's start with Josh Giddy because there was some disrespect. There was some disrespect when Josh Giddy was picked, which is just, I've talked about this before, I don't need to get into it, but people are dumb when it comes to the draft, particularly people that don't actually pay much attention. I don't pay much attention, so I don't try to say too much, but there'll be people who watch a couple of mock drafts and also see like 3 highlight videos and then decide what the draft order is based off that, and then when someone goes higher than that, oh, that's a terrible pick. Did the same thing with Patrick Williams last year. How did that turn out? Because he looks like one of the better players from that draft class, looks fantastic. Now you do it with Josh Giddy, and also the fact this man wasn't in any Rookie of the Year conversations. I think ESPN came out with a poll or whatever, and he didn't get any votes. There were guys that were left field getting votes. Josh Giddy, the point guard, the 6th overall pick, the NBL Rookie of the Year. Remember the last NBL Rookie of the Year? LaMelo Ball. Yeah, he did all right. So Josh Giddy, someone who was putting up triple doubles in a professional league and really picking up towards the end of the season, couldn't get a sniff for Rookie of the Year on a team like the Thunder who are going to give him opportunity. Don't get me wrong, I wasn't saying he was the favorite, and I still don't believe that, but I'm just saying there was no one even putting him in that conversation when there were a handful of other guys that you get the point, okay? So there was some disrespect about where he was picked, whether he was in the Rookie of the Year race, all of these things, and he's just come out game 1 after a Summer League where unfortunately he was injured, which just makes it even more impressive that he didn't get any Summer League reps, comes out and fills up the stat sheet 18, 7, and 3, couple of across-the-court dimes, getting out in transition, using his length, getting to the rim, showed off some 3-point range on a couple of threes. I believe, I've said it before, 3-point shooting should be better than most people anticipate. Is he going to be taking people off the dribble? Probably not. But when he's 6'8", 6'9", 6'7", I don't know. There's like a different listing every other day. He's tall, okay? So he's a tall point guard. He doesn't need to be taking people off the dribble all the time because he can catch and shoot over a lot of people. So that's what he's going to have going for himself. You already see the playmaking. It is there. It has always been there. There's no questions about it. Could have ended up with 6, 7 assists if players were making shots, even making layups. So he had a really good game. Filled up the stat sheet. I can't wait to see that combination. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Josh Getty, Lou Dort, Darius Baisley, Poku, like the lineups you could run with guys who can all handle the ball, who can all get out in transition. There's some stuff going on in OKC. There is some stuff going on, some experimental stuff that is rather exciting. And Josh Giddy is the guy that he's gonna piece it all together. Because you can't look at that game and not be excited. And even the haters that were saying, oh, this is a bad pick, all of these things, you got to look at that game and say, oh, maybe this guy who's a 6'9" point guard was putting up somewhat similar numbers and having a kind of similar impact to what LaMelo Ball did, who then turned out to be the Rookie of the Year, is actually a decent basketball player. Maybe that's the case. Yeah, so shout out to Josh Giddy because I had to talk about that. Now moving to a different player, Trey Murphy. I don't believe, as I said, he's not someone who's really surprising people. At least he's been really good. He's been really damn good. But I wanted to talk about Trey Murphy because why not? Why not? If you guys have watched the channel, I'm quite invested in the Pelicans this season. I'm putting my stocks in them. I do it every single season because it's just a fun thing to do, is to invest in a team that isn't your own team and put your stocks in them. Obviously one that's a bit more left of field and hope they do well. And the Pelicans are my team this season. There were some people disrespecting them. Let's not overreact to preseason. I'm saying that as I'm making a video about rookies, one of which has only played one NBA preseason/summer league game, and the other two have played one preseason game and a few summer league games. But I think it's different reacting to just an individual player versus a team, because I was already seeing people tweeting on the timeline, oh, it's going to be a rough season for Pelicans fans, it's going to be a rough season for New Orleans. 2 quarters into a game without Zion Williamson and Jonas Valanciunas. If I'm a Pelicans fan and I came into this game without those two guys, if I'm a fan in preseason and I come into any game, there are teams that lost. The 76ers lost. The Suns lost. These teams washed now? No. But if I'm a fan coming into any of these games, what am I looking out for? Guys that can help the team that weren't there last year or can make a jump or can be really productive rookies. And Trey Murphy, 21 points in his first game after being all rookie first team in the summer league, looked fantastic there, or was it just all team summer league? Whatever, it doesn't matter. After being fantastic in summer league, 21 points, he doesn't miss. The man does not miss. That corner shot that he was in the corner for about 4 consecutive shots, did not miss. It was cash. Not to mention, what is he, 6'9"? He's got length. He was guarding Evan Mobley at times in Summer League. He's guarded guards. He's going to be a versatile defender that is, 21 years of age, is coming off a college season where he shot 50, 40, 90 or thereabouts. He does everything for the Pelicans that you could hope for. Sometimes I wonder with the draft, do teams just overthink it? Because someone like Trey Murphy, 6'9", can guard multiple positions, has been a knockdown shooter. A absolute knockdown shooter. Sure, he might not be able to take players off the dribble. Maybe he's not going to average 15 points a game. So if you're looking at it from an upside perspective, whatever. But if you're looking at it from New Orleans' perspective, you don't need him to do anything other than shoot and defend, because you've already got Zion, you've already got Brandon Ingram, add Jonas Valanciunas, add Nickeil Alexander-Walker to the mix, who looked fantastic, side note, and Trey Murphy doing this, oh yeah, that's all I would have hoped for. If I'm a Pelicans fan, we could have been blown out by 70 points, and if I see Trey Murphy lacing threes like he did and putting up 21 points, I still come out of that with a positive. It's going to be a fantastic rookie season for Trey Murphy. You could book that one, put that in the bookmarks. Then moving on to the last guy, Scotty Barnes. Scotty Barnes, slender man. It's just, his arms are insane. What's his wingspan? It's 7'7". I don't know, because his man's arms are flailing everywhere, and he's going to be one of those guys that is just fun to watch. Think of the Pokus of last year. He's more developed than Poku was last year. I'm not trying to say that, but you know, a guy that you don't know what he's going to do, which is funny in a Raptor situation where they're always so well drilled and so well structured. It'll probably cut down a little bit in the regular season. I don't think Nick Nurse will be allowing him to do as much as he's doing in preseason right now, but still, you're going to get some of those plays where he makes a no-look pass like he did in the game, or sees a cutter and just makes a dime. Filling up the stat sheet in his first preseason game, 13, 9, and 6, a couple of steals, a block or two. He does everything. The hype is real for Scotty Barnes. The hype is real. Is the jump shot there yet? Is that real? I don't know, but I did see one thing that was probably just as impressive as any of the other plays he made. Got out in transition, looked good defensively, passed the ball. That was the scouting report out of college. The other part of the scouting report was, can this man shoot? Well, he took someone off the dribble on a mid-range jump shot, and it did look pretty damn clean. And I think back to last year, the number 4 overall pick, Florida State. Who else was that? Patrick Williams did a similar thing. Now, Patrick Williams had a little bit more going for him in college as a shooter. Different players, obviously, but in terms of taking a player off the dribble with that one dribble Scotty Barnes pull up, and it looked smooth, it looked confident. If he can become a good shooter, it's a big if. It's an if that everyone has talked about. I am no revolutionist saying that. Is that the right word? I don't know. But I'm no one who's ahead of the curve saying something like that because that is the common consensus. But he does everything. He really does everything. And that Raptors team it's going to be fun to watch. People are sleeping on just the enjoyment factor of a team with OG and Scotty and Pascal Siakam. They're going to be locking up teams, and Scotty is going to show off some of that playmaking chops. That's going to be his most reliable form of offense. Don't get it wrong. It's going to be playmaking from the post and playmaking in transition, cutting and attacking the rim, and just being a transition threat with those slender man arms. Another thing about actually two of these guys, Scotty Barnes and Josh Giddy, are just about objectively the most likable guys in the draft class so far. So far, it's still early, so we don't know. But Scotty Barnes, you see him just dragging around Goran Dragic, who doesn't care about preseason because he's been in the league for 15 years. And Scotty Barnes is still making it somehow fun. And just everything he's done since he's joined Toronto. Look at Josh Giddy. He's a funny guy as well if you follow him on any form of social media. There's a side notes. Do they matter in terms of performance? No. Do they have some kind of impact? I think Scotty Barnes being that kind of guy in the locker room, that could definitely have an impact on a guy like Goran Dragic. It's just fun that those guys are good personalities. Don't know much about Trey Murphy, but all I know is the man can lace a three ball, and if you're a Pelicans fan, that's all you want to see. It's just one game. I'm not saying they're going to be all rookie first team. They might be. Have a good day.